Welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you all here again. Work on the Farmall H continues, and as I mentioned last time, we start on the hood. So to catch you all up on the storyline, because it has been a while, this is the hood that was on the tractor the whole time I had it, and it's not the correct one. It has this extra hole back here, which would have been for the gasoline starting tank on a distillate tractor. This is not a distillate tractor. It is a dedicated gasoline, higher compression. So we know that the hood had been replaced at one time with one that was better and it fit. Well, we don't need this hole right here, so we would have had to patch that, and we would have had to do some work around the exhaust outlet hole, and it had a couple of other dents and dings, and I decided, well, let's look for a better one at the swap meet. So last spring I did find these two. This is a dedicated gasoline hood like I need. It does not have that extra hole there, but the exhaust, stop making noise, man. The exhaust outlet on this one is pretty beat up. So right next to this was this one. And although it's another distillate hood, has this extra hole. We would have to fill that. But exhaust outlet looked good. And before I cleaned it up, the rest of it looked really good too. So I decided, well, let's maybe use this one because I think it's overall less work just to patch that. It's the best of the three until I got it cleaned up. And well, I found we had a little bit more scarring from a clamp that went around here. Have to do something with that. A couple of dents here that are mashed in. Even if I hammered them out, we still need to cover that with some filler. We had a couple of creases in the accent line there and there. We've got another one that goes straight down there, another little bit of one there. Got some more dents in here. Easy to take out, but still. We had this giant dent that I didn't know was there before because it had been filled with some Bondo. So once I got that cleaned out, I flipped it over and found that that dent is right underneath the exhaust heat baffle. So that means I can't easily just tap it out from the inside. I'd hate to put filler in there again. So then we'd be zipping the spot welds to get the baffle off, to knock that dent out, then to weld the baffle back on. And then I see the gauge bracket had rubbed pretty heavily right here all the way through. So that's another patch that we'd have to do. Other side, we've got a crack starting right here. And a few other things, odds, ends, and curled corners. Not a big deal, but both the front ones were compromised, and the more I looked at it, the more I decided this hood's going to be a lot of work. So we look once again at the proper hood, the gasoline version. We don't have to worry about patching the hole back there. There is quite a patch that's going to have to be put here because so much of this metal has rubbed to the point it's thin, and a clamp is worn here, a clamp is worn there. So I'm thinking patch that right out and then pop a new through hole. Aside from that, well, I threw the paint stripper on there and we don't have any Bondo surprises under the old coat. Accent lines are all good. We don't have any dents, dings. One minor dent right down there off my thumb. That's going to have to be straightened out. Hood corners are all good. I didn't see any cracks. Accent line is good on this side as well. So we've got a little bit of rust on the back side, but as you all have witnessed with the work I've done on the grill, I don't clean the back sides of this tin super well because it just needs a flash coat of red, and that's good to go. Get the old rust off and a fresh coat, and all is going to be well. We don't have any wear around where the gauge brackets were. Believe it or not, this is going to be, I think, our best option and the least amount of work. So let's pull the shepherd's hooks off. Once again, that makes it easier to get back here and work on everything. A couple of these are kind of bent anyway, so I think we're going to work this one over. These are pretty easy to take apart. It's just a spring that's captured with a cotter pin on the bottom inside of that bracket. So once you straighten the legs on the pin, you can usually pull it right out. There's the pin. Now the hook will come right out the top. Spring comes out of the bracket, just like that. That's all you're left with. Spot welded right to the side of the hood, so that piece stays. Now that it's all cleaned up, I did find a couple of extra small surprises that I didn't know were there. We do have a crack right here. Corresponds with the base of that shepherd's hook bracket. That's all right. I'll V it out with the Dremel. We'll weld that closed. And two curious little holes in the side of it. And looking at it from the back, I think I know what caused it. You can see they're a lot more pronounced back here, and they're pretty uniform. That would be in the right area for a generator that possibly lost its mounting on this upper brace, and it was allowed to flop over to the side far enough that the hot wire stud on it actually shorted on the hood and melted its way through. It's in a couple of different spots, but they're identical in how they were formed. So we'll just close those up with the welder as well. All right, a little bit of filler on the inside on those two holes. We'll flip it over, do just a couple spots on the outside, finish it up. And we still have this little divot right here, so for all the Crescent fans out there, we will use the Crescent body hammer. See if we can get that worked out of there. A little bit left. Okay, so with all the dents and cracks and other issues sorted out, we can finally get to the main event, which is going to be cleaning up this exhaust outlet hole. We can, after everything's clean, you can really see a lot better where the wear was. It's awfully thin through there, so that's going to have to be cut out. Still don't know if I'm going to do a square patch or leave it kind of round. Sometimes a rounder seam is a little bit easier to hide. We'll start down here first because this is going to be the most involved. Still, it really isn't horrible, but we're kind of on this radius. You can just see where a clamp on an exhaust pipe had worn, and then that was from the bolt and the nut that went through. So we'll cut a section out of here as well. First thing I'm going to do is form a similarly thick piece of metal to use as a blank. I think that's going to do just fine. Nice and flush all around, like it. I don't like stitching it like that, but the eyeballs are playing tricks on me today. Outside glare with the sudden reduction in shade with the helmet. I got a bit off track there on that one, but it's alright. It grinds out. Still training the new eyeball to weld. Rough trace of the exhaust opening And I just used a piece of gasket material that let you see it a little bit better, that I formed using like the hood accent lines on the old distillate hood, because that had a rather intact opening yet. So yeah, this gives me a rough idea where I have to be. Just kind of matched up, rounded out, because, well, it is a round hole technically that they, you know, punch that with, but because it's on this radius, it ends up being a lot more kind of oval shaped. So just to get it all evened out on the first try, I just employed that template. I always finish these openings by hand with a half moon file. Okay, everybody, I'm happy with that. So we've got a hood that is correct for this tractor. It has been welded, it has been patched, it has been flushed, dents removed, all the bad pieces taken out, new pieces put back in. We still have to finish up the shepherd hooks and springs on all four corners, but for now, I think it's a good place to cut and run. So picking up next time, we will place that hood onto the tractor, and we will try to achieve good gaps and good body lines for the old Farmall H. As always, everyone, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I also hope to see you back next time.